So somebody recently sent me a dictionary definition of the word grace. And in the dictionary, grace is unmerited divine assistance given to humans for their regeneration or sanctification, or a virtue coming from God, or a state of sanctification enjoyed through divine assistance. And if you take the word God out, though for some people God is the word that they would use to describe it, and stick with the word divine. Divine means hidden. And by hidden, when the word divine is used, it refers to invisible. And the invisible energy of life is what we might call spirit, or the spiritual. So grace, while it is a term used beautifully in many religions, is really a term that describes when this spiritual essence that we are of kind of makes things happen that we didn't make happen, and we know we didn't make happen. It's unearned. It's unmerited. It is in spite of our efforts, not because of them. And so one of my favorite definitions of unconditional love came from the author Philip Yancey in a book called What's So Amazing About Grace? And he said, unconditional love in a religious sense means that there is nothing you can do that will make God love you any more, and there is nothing you can do that will make God love you any less. And that's the quality of grace. There's nothing you can do that will bring more grace into your life, but there's nothing you can do that will deny you grace, that will cost you grace. And what I've found in talking with people about this and working with people on this, and in my own life over the years, is in order to live our lives effectively in the world, we need grit. We need to show up. We do need to act. We need to engage. But we also need grace. I always remember watching a documentary with Quincy Jones, the great music producer. And he said, when you're recording a song, no matter how good the song is, you always got to leave a little space in the recording session for God to come in. And he was speaking about grace. He was speaking about the unimaginable, not the unimaginable horror. We usually say the unimaginable horror when we're imagining it, but that which we literally could not imagine until it occurs. And the simplest thing that I say to people who are kind of unfamiliar with the concept of grace is that if you give life a little bit of space, grace comes walking in. It's like if you have a room and the windows are shut tight and it's really hot in there. If you open the window a crack, the cool air will come in. And grace is a lot like that. And if you know that grace is part of the game, you can actually rely on it. It's 100% reliable, even if how and when it shows up is 98% unpredictable.